This is Tomas Ramirez from Positive Gains Training, and today we're doing a special episode called The Coach's Corner, where I'm having two of my favorite coaches. One, I have Bryant, who was my former boss at another gym, and another trainer as well. And I also had Tommy P coming from Ohio, driving in his car right now, unfortunately, but it'll all work out. Okay. And first we're going to have Brian introduce himself. So this is a continuation of what we've been talking about on the podcast of 3 things hindering your fitness progress, particularly when it comes to fat loss. But before we even get started into that, we're going to have each person introduce themselves so we can get familiar and to know their credentials. So Brian, you said you're up first. Go ahead, lay it on us.
What's up? Thanks, Tomas. So yeah, man, Tomas is a good friend of mine. My name is B Fitness. People know me as B Fitness. My name is Bryant. I'm a health and nutrition coach. I got my degree in exercise science. Went to Central Michigan University. So also on top of being a health coach, I also a nutritionist, and I try to study more on the holistic side of stuff. Not too much in the medication and stuff like that, because I didn't work in the medical field, but I didn't working in the medical field and doing natural medicine. I see both ends, and it's like what I realize is like the natural path is more. It takes longer to find what's going on. But that's really getting to the root cause of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the business Free Me Fitness is helping people to become the best version of themselves in the most holistic way, outside of using pharmaceutical medication and on top of working out. But it's also we recommend supplements, some meal plans and stuff like that. So helping with weight loss and feeling better about themselves. Yeah. So
okay. See, I knew your brand name, but honestly, I never knew what your brand name, like how you came up with that name. So now I know it's like all about being free and free from like Western medicine type of deal, more like holistic is what I'm trying to take it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So that's pretty much what it is, man. And just natural, on top of working out, it's physically, mentally healthy. So it's like not just the physical health, it's the mental health. So when I say the holistic approach, like the herbs, the nutrition and stuff like that, it's really goes into cleaning out your gut. You know what I'm saying? Getting your gut right. The brain gut axis. So if you have issues with your gut, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have brain fog, you have fatigue and all this different stuff. So the main thing is getting physically healthy and mentally healthy, and that's through like I said, getting that gut clean and working out, eating right, and supplements, the right herbs. That's gonna help you, get to that best version of yourself.
Okay, for sure. Thanks, Brian. All right, Tommy, you're up, bro.
All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Tomas Pierzynowski. I go by Tommy P. Just a childhood nickname that stuck with me my whole life. I am currently a fitness coach at Fit Body Boot Camp in Ohio. I love what I do. Humongous leap of faith, jumping into the industry. After 8 years of truck driving, I thought that's what I was going to do forever. But after around 2020 is when I started actually trying to take my fitness serious. In 2021, I realized that's who I am, not what I want to do. I fell in love with it, became obsessed. And personally lost 9 pounds. I started at 280 pounds and got down to 185. I just jumped off the porch, got into the fitness coach. I've known Tomas Ramirez.
You're good, bro.
A long time. We come from the same neighborhood, and he is what I call one of my local heroes. Just watching him come from the same struggles, the same to becoming the biggest positive game. I'm honored to just part and a witness and how I kind of got it.
Nice. Thanks, bro. I definitely appreciate you.
For sure.
All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tomas Ramirez. Unless you speak Spanish, it's Tomas Ramirez. I've been doing positive gains training for 9 years now. I love personal training. I love helping people. I tried to go into the nursing path at one point in my career just because I felt like personal training wasn't very stable, and I was trying to find something more stable. But that just wasn't for me. It's not that I didn't love people. It's just that I didn't love helping people in that aspect. So I just really stuck it out with personal training. educated myself further through different degrees and certifications. Went to Henry Ford College. Now it was Henry Ford Community College, but during that time it was Henry Ford Community College, excuse me. And just got my associate's degree, made some great networking there with some people and some current coaches that kind of helped to take me underneath their wings and help me to become the trainer that I am today. So, Positive Gains Training started out as just a passion to help people. I've been a chubby kid all my life, and then I kind of grew out of that in my teenage years. So I wanted to help people go through what I was going through and to make them better and to feel the confidence that they were lacking and to know that they can do things that they don't think that they can do. So that's what got me into personal training. I love the aspect. I love nutrition coaching. I love helping people change their habits and just show them that, hey, one small change can lead to these drastic big changes in the future. But it just starts with that building momentum is what I always called it. So that's just a little bit about me. Again, been doing this for 9 years, and I just appreciate every person watching. So with all that being said, we're going to build some rapport. We're going to do 2 truths and a lie. Brian went first, so might as well just keep the trend going. So Brian, hit us with your 2 truths and 1 lie. We got to try to guess what it is.
Okay. 2 truths and 1 lie. So let me see. I played basketball in high school. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. And the last one is I played college basketball.
Man, I don't know. You lying already, bro. You was over there smiling.
Y'all know I got a poker face, man. Y'all know which one I was on.
All right. So you said that you played basketball. The other one was you played college basketball.
Played high school basketball.
High school basketball.
College basketball. And I got 2 brothers and 1 sister.
2 brothers and 1 sister. I'm going with the last one because you was taking too long and you was smiling.
The college basketball.
College basketball. I ain't saying you ain't good, B. I'm not trying to say that at all.
You ain't see me ball, man. You like, he ain't playing no college ball.
Listen, bro, you can probably beat me. Basketball, I like playing it, but it's not my best sport. I'll just be honest.
Nah, I kind of gave it away. No, that's the lie. I could have, but I
See, I knew it. You was smiling. You was taking too long.
I could have, man, but it's too much work, man. When you're trying to go to school, work, it's a lot.
I got it. All right, Tommy, you up, bro? 2 truths and a lie.
All right. I'm gonna try to not give it away. All right. Get serious here. Hold on. In about 10 miles, take exit 44. Merge onto I-675 south.
Well, apparently that's the truth. You got 10 miles.
All right. First one is, First one is I have been viral on TikTok.
Okay.
Second one is I have never had a hot dog.
Okay.
And the third one is that I'm Hispanic.
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Are we both guessing or just you, Tomas?
We can both guess. So obviously I kind of have an advantage because I know Tommy, but Tommy, I'm going with your last one, bro. I'm calling your last one a lie.
I am not Hispanic, yo.
You're not Hispanic?
Nope, I'm Native American.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's like, oh, okay.
I get mistaken for it a lot. And
nah, what you mean? Nah, that's what's up, man.
Man,
Native Americans, not too many Native Americans. Actually, in Central Michigan, it was it's the Native American Reserve up there, Mount Pleasant.
Oh
Michigan.
yeah, yep. I've been to one of their powwows.
Yeah, so Soaring Eagle Casino. It's like only casino was like 19 and up. Yeah, I was right there. That's what college was at out there.
Right. So, bro, you never had a hot dog?
No, that. Oh wait, no.
Wait, this guy's lying to us, bro. This guy's lying to us.
There's only one truth in there. I've been viral on TikTok.
What'd you go viral for? Eating a hot dog?
No, it was a video. It said how I feel when I change my wife's headlight on her car, and it was a picture of all the Fast and Furious guys behind me, and I had a bandana on. And just a goofy video, and I never thought I didn't know how that happened. I have no idea how it happened.
Out of all your videos, I've never seen that one. Now I gotta go check it out.
It's down there. It's one of my first videos ever.
Okay.
How many how many views you had off of it?
I messed up, y'all. I'm sorry.
How many views
did you have, Tommy?
I don't know what it's at now, but the last time I checked, the views was like 80,000.
Oh, okay.
Like that. I don't.
TikTok, you'll go viral, man. Like that's one of the best platforms right now.
TikTok,
yeah.
For sure. All right. So my 2 truths and a lie. I started Positive Gains in 2015 as a college project. In 2020, I enrolled in various programs to help me learn about nutrition and how to coach it. And last one, I started working out because of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think that last one a lie, man.
That's for sure a lie. That's for sure.
I don't think you like Arnold like that, man.
You know I'm
I do like Arnold, but that is a lie. I actually started working out because I was a chubby kid. And I always see my dad working out. So that was part of my inspiration. And obviously, when you're a teenager, you want girls to be attracted to you. So come on now. You got to shed some pounds. So.
Hey, y'all watch that show, man. Watch that Arnold on Netflix if y'all ain't seen it.
What's it called?
I seen it.
It's called Arnold, I think. Yeah.
It's called Arnold?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it's very nice.
All right. I had to check that out. All right. So I'm going to flash over to the PowerPoint really, really quick just because I've been using this. So 3 things that are hindering your fitness progress. This should say part 3. I forgot to change that. Particularly your fat loss. Okay. And our quote for this series was, the minute you get away from fundamentals, whether it's proper technique, work ethic, or mental preparation, the bottom can fall out of your game, your schoolwork, your job, or whatever you're doing. And of course, that comes from Michael Jordan. Okay. I like that one because, like I said in a video, it's like, to me, it's all about fundamentals. It's all about building a foundation. That's what I do with my clients in the beginning. It's just build fundamentals, build a foundation, get into the swing of just doing what's easy and convenient for them at that time. How do you guys feel about that quote?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with your philosophy because that's what made the biggest difference for me coming down off of all that weight was meeting myself where I'm at and, making it the most convenient and comfortable I could with the least amount of sacrifice. We know that, when it comes to weight loss or anything, there's sacrifice and you got to let things go. But trying to make it as easy and painless as possible, I think really, really helped me out. Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, you gotta have the fundamentals, man. That's where it all starts. If you ain't got the fundamentals, everything else is gonna be harder. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. All right. So let's go ahead and bring it back. So Brian, you've been going first, so let's just keep the train going. So like I said, we've been talking about 3 things that are hindering people's progress, specifically when it comes to fat loss. Just to kind of recap my other videos. The first video I talked about was people's environment and influence. So like how just like the people you keep in your circle, whether that's your spouse or friends, because friends call you up, hey, let's go out to eat, hey, let's go out for drinks. Again, that hinders people's progress. Things that you keep in your house, like, sweets, like if that's a trigger for you, if you see it, you just eat it. So kind of like that out of sight, out of mind type of principle. Video 2, I really used myself as a scenario where I took like how much my BMR is, estimated my TDEE, made myself like a proper program based on how many calories I should have to lose 10 pounds, right, over a period of time. And I showed like what happens when people start to deviate off their plan and like, well, I'm just going to have this coffee today, or I'm going to have this coffee and just this extra snack today, or I'm going to substitute my dinner by going out to eat with friends today. And like how those numbers start to add up. And then people get discouraged when they go to weigh in. It's like, I didn't lose nothing. Well, it's because you deviated from the plan and it really intervenes with your numbers, right? So today I'm coming to you guys and asking you, I'll also answer this question too, but like, what is your guys' perspective, or what do you guys feel like should be the last point that hinders people's fitness progress when it comes to fat loss, particularly?
You say you want me to go first?
Yeah, you first, Brian. What would you say that last point for you would be?
The last point I feel like that hinders people's weight loss, I would say, is, I mean, it's kind of like it's a number of things, but I would say myself, the biggest thing is the discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's discipline. Okay. But it kind of goes back to what you're saying, but it's really discipline to just be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, not having those sweets and stuff in the house, but really just being prepared for like your meals. You know, instead of going out, just having meals prepped, you know, cooked, or if you got it from, you know, like a meal prep company or something like that. So I think, you know, if you can go to the gym, it's easier, you know, for people to go to the gym than it is for them to eat right. You know what I'm saying? I know you know that. Tommy knows that. So it's like, it's being prepared, I feel like, with your nutrition, and just having that discipline to actually meal prep. You know, if you want to do Sundays, meal prep for 3 days or whatever, or having that discipline that just maybe eat the same thing 2 days in a row. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, oh, let me go get this fast food or DoorDash real quick because I want it. You know, and a lot of people, they worry about taste. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you kind of get away from like, oh, I want this taste, I want it to taste good, and just look at more the nutrition value of it. You know, I think that's where you'll start to really, you know, lose weight and really reach your goals, because it's discipline, it's a mindset. You know what I'm saying? If you're worried about stuff tasting good compared to like the nutrition value, or, you know, as you want to reach the goal. So
yeah,
that's
for sure.
So,
for sure. I like how you personally said it's the way, I guess, the perspective, I guess if I can reword it, the perspective of how you see food versus like, I'm just going strictly for taste and what I want versus what benefits am I really getting from eating this type of deal. Like, is this really fueling my body? Like seeing food more as like the fuel versus just, well, this tastes good, so I'm going to eat it type of deal.
Yeah.
And I think that is very important.
Yeah, for sure. Treat yourself, but yeah, in the main, you know, overall, man, you gotta have some different discipline, not to always worry about taste, you know, or just get creative. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm curious, Brian, from your perspective as a coach, like, what do you do when a client's like, okay, I'm down to be disciplined, I'm down to, you know, follow your guidance and your training, but I don't want to eat the same thing every single day. Like, what do you do in that perspective, you personally?
Just me personally, if I don't want to eat the same thing, it's like you gotta be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Then they talk about it's expensive. It's like, well, you know, you go out, you know, people go out and party, spend money on what they want to spend money on. So it's like, if you don't want to eat the same thing every day, you can have it different days as long as it's healthy choices. So you got to be disciplined enough to where it's like, to make healthy choices, and most likely it's gonna be from you getting from home, unless you getting maybe Mediterranean food. You know, I might get something like that if I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Chipotle maybe, but majority I eat in the house, and it's just, you know, just eating. It's just, you know, a discipline is like, okay, one day it might be salmon, one day it might be, you know, grass-fed beef, but it's like you just gotta buy that food. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just buy that food and cook it, and prepare it, and have it, you know, this way. It's like how bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You don't have the same day thing every day. You just gotta spend a little money and just, you know, get creative with it. Instead of sweet potatoes one day, you know what I'm saying, had the sides, had rice, you know what I'm saying? So just it's just the choices you make, you know what I'm saying, the type of food that you're picking up. So,
For sure. Tommy, can you piggyback off of that? Because knowing you, as I help coach you for a period of time, like, you can eat the same things pretty consistently. Like, what do you do in that perspective?
Well, in that perspective, speaking as a coach, I would let them know, like, why macros and learning how to count your macros and why they're so important, because you can find the same macros in different foods.
Yeah.
But the convenience of eating the same thing every single day is you don't have to spend that extra time doing all that math. If you're prepared, that's why meal prep is like, it's one of our cliches, right? In the fitness world, it's a cliche. Everybody that's serious about fitness, 9 times out of 10 they meal prep. And it's because they know the convenience that it brings. You don't got to do all that math while you're out. You ain't got to do, wonder if this is how your body's going to react off this. How are you going to feel bloated from this dish and that dish? So people that are serious about their fitness and have a little bit of experience with their discipline, it makes it a little bit easier. And if we were to go, we could piggyback off of the last conversation about making convenience. That's why I would, as a coach, bring up macros. Okay, I completely understand that, Mrs. Jones. Seriously, I get tired of it sometimes too. But as long as we're hitting your protein goal, we're staying in your calorie deficit. That's the only sacrifice that I ask that you make. If you don't want to do the meal prep thing, that just be aware of what you are eating and what is actually inside of it. As long as we come close to your, we stay within your range of your macros, you won't be too bad off. You'll be okay. And eventually, I'll let that seed get planted. Later on, when she gets serious and Mrs. Jones sticks to the macros and she starts shedding the weight, now she wants the next level. Now she's ready for a little bit more discipline. And then that's where we introduce, hey, now it's time to find foods that react to your body correctly. Now it's not about your macros, it's about how you feel now. It's about how you got to get a little bit more detail. That's where eating every day, the same thing every day comes into play. That's how I'd handle it.
Okay, for sure. For me, I call it more of building momentum. So like, I'm 100% with you, Brian. I feel like no change is ever going to take place if, for one, you don't believe it's going to happen. So that's a mindset. So I always ask my clients during orientation, before they sign their contract, before any of that, I look them in their eyes and I'm like, do you believe that you can reach these goals? Because if you're already going into it thinking that it's not going to happen, it won't.
It's not going to happen.
Because you already got a losing mindset. So, but if you actually think and you believe as much as you can and it's going to happen, you'll make the change. And then, like I said earlier, it's all about the mindset, right? Like how you said, Brian. And for me personally, when it comes to that, forming the discipline, I tell my clients to choose one thing. Give me one thing that you're going to be 100% committed to this week. I don't care how small it may seem. For me, at the beginning of this year, was just drinking 20 ounces of water. Drink your 20 ounces of water every single day. You're going to be committed to it. And then you start to build momentum, kind of like how you said, Tommy. It's like, okay, I did this one thing. I'm feeling great. I see the change. It makes me hungry for the next level. So it's like taking it up and just building, like I said, the momentum of it. Because we can give them the macros, but like, I like your perspective, Tommy. You can give them the macros, but now you got to teach them what macros are. You got to teach them the different foods on what macros are and how much they should weigh it all out, stuff like that. So there's a lot of training and coaching that goes into our job that I don't think people see. And that's why I'm glad I have you guys on here, because they just think, hey, I'm just here to put you through a workout. But it's like, if you really care about your clients, it's way deeper than just putting you through a workout. It's like, I'm trying to coach you to help you form better habits. So I'm 100% with you guys. I think that is huge discipline. And I think it also, we as coaches need to always say in orientation that you're the driver. I'm the passenger. I'm just coming alongside of you. You're helping me to help you detour where are we going on this route. Like Tommy's GPS. He's driving. He's literally driving. He's just following the direction of his GPS. And that's the same thing that I do apply to coaching. Like people don't like being told what to do most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. They like people who come alongside of them like, all right, coach me through how to make this better. And I think that's our job as coaches. And I feel like that's what helps people to stay disciplined and to stay focused.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's about how you approach it.
Oh, for sure. All right. Tommy. So Brian's was discipline and just planning ahead. I think excellent choices. Definitely agree with him. What would you say your third would be to close out this series on why people don't get the progress they want?
Patience.
Okay, that's a left field one. I like it.
Lack of patience. It is very, very hard, and I'm gonna speak from personal opinion, just from personal experience. The little backstory that I didn't give at the introduction is the 90 pounds when I lost them was in my adulthood, and 25 years old. I went through high school, how you said, you want the girls to be attracted to you, and you want to do better at your sports and stuff like that. I went through high school of being the kid that didn't care, that was so used to being the obese kid, and I mean morbidly high cholesterol at 13 years old. Pre-diabetic, and in my teenage years. I don't have a specific one on that, but so as I got older, before I started my weight loss journey, I started a family already. I had a bunch of responsibilities that usually a lot of people, take on. And for me, my patience with things. And when I decided I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to take it serious. It was my patience, not trusting the process. I do something, I'd be fully committed, and I check my progress in a week or two, and there's no change. Well, at least I didn't think so at that time. So what the heck? I'm doing all this. These workouts are freaking hard, dude. My freaking body hurts. I'm tired of this bland stuff. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm looking for that immediate reward. And 2 weeks, shoot, even 6 months to a year is not going to undo the last 20 years of your bad choices.
Man, that's good right there.
And so a lot of people seeking out help are adults. Honestly, most of my clients are a little bit older than me. So they have to really have a little bit more patience with me, or with themselves, than I did. I got a little bit lucky. I was able to hop on it in my early 20s. So I see the discouragement on my client. I'm a new coach, but I feel like I jumped right into this game, and confidently I can say that I've made the connection with these people and became a big part of their life. It became a part of my life. And one thing that I see a lot of the times, it's the same struggle that I went through. It's patience. Be patient in the process.
Nice. Brian, what'd you say to that?
Nah, he hit it right on the nose. Like, you gotta have patience. Because it's like, it's so many clients, they come to you, they want to get results in like 3 weeks, I got a birthday coming up. Y'all done heard it. It's like, man, you gotta be realistic with yourself. Like, you gotta have some patience and
for sure.
Some discipline, some consistency.
My coach used to say, your clients are coming to you and they want the results yesterday. Like, you ain't lying.
Good one.
They want the results yesterday. Like, they didn't want the results in 3 weeks. They wanted them yesterday. So no time. That's definitely a different perspective. I would never even considered that one.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's tough, man. It's like, I don't know. People just, that's why it's all these fads, you know what I'm saying? Like these videos, these TVs and all that stuff is because they want stuff quick. Like, we live in this world now, it's like people's attention span is short. They want everything quick. But it's like, man, personal training, man, it's like it's one thing, like with your health, like you can't really rush it. You know?
Yeah. And that's why I want to do podcasts like this and episodes like this, because I don't want to sell people a fad. I want to sell people progress, whether that's going to take you 3 months, 6 months, a whole year, because like Tommy, you said, you can undo in 1 year, 20 years of just bad habits. Like, it just is not going to happen. Like, I think that was a very strong point. Like, that was really good. Like, you're right. And people want the results yesterday. So I definitely think that was a huge one, Tommy. So yeah. Any other feedback on that? Anybody else got feedback for that one?
Nah, I think I said it's just having that patience, man. It's important.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So for me, my last one, like I said, I already had all this stuff planned out. So again, thank you guys for doing this. My last one, to me, I think is stress. So just already coming into a program stressed. So I think we all know and understand that people who come into a fat loss program, they're usually already stressed out. So if you're already coming to a program stressed, you're coming to a workout, and I always tell my clients all the time, working out may be a mental release, but to your body, it sees it as stress. So if you're already coming into this in a flight or fight mode, stressed, and you just continue to keep working out hard and hard. We all know those people that go into the gym for 2 hours a day and they're like, man, I'm not losing any weight, I'm just plateauing. It's like, man, you're probably stressed and you're just overdoing it. So I think stress is a huge component in why people do not see the fat loss, because your body needs to have the rest and digest phase, right? So you have the fight or flight, cool, that's good for a period of time, but you also have a rest and digest phase. So every stress that we add onto our body, we need adaptation. And I don't think people do that. Like, I'll always, during my orientations, like, what are 3 things you do to relieve stress? And very rarely do I get people who can answer that question. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what I do to relieve stress. I'm just stressed about stress, I guess.
I'm taking this apart.
Yeah, so I feel like when you don't combat stress, or you don't have a plan or some things that you use to combat stress, and you're already coming to a fat loss program stress, I don't think it's ideal for you to start a fat loss program, for one. And 2, I just feel like it's just going to make the situation worse, because now your body is going to increase its cortisol during your workout, right? And it's just going to keep you in that fight or flight mode longer. It may mentally relieve people, but I feel like physically it's going to start to enter into people's hormones, and long term that's going to develop health issues. So I don't want to just leave people with just the issue. I always like to leave them with some resolutions. So for me personally, how I think people can help combat this is to keep track. So with each of my clients, I use what's called biofeedback sheets. So I create some sheets that helps me to keep track of their mood, their energy, their stress, their sleep quality, their hunger, their hydration, their strength, and for my ladies, their cycle. So I use these in every beginning of the week of their sessions. They bring in their sheets, and then we can keep track. And then I go through it each week, like, okay, I noticed, hey, your stress is really, really high. And it just helps me as a coach to like see, like, how are you adapting to everything in your life? Because you're with me for 1 hour, but what about everything else outside of it? So I feel like that is a good way. And you keep your sheets, and then long term, you can start to see the patterns. Like, I was really stressed this month, or 2 weeks later, I was really stressed these past 2 weeks, or my sleep quality has been really, really bad. So I feel like people not keeping track of their stress and being honest about it, that's another thing. My second way to combat that is adjust your training. So again, when you're honest with yourself, I feel like when you adjust your training to like your schedule. So like for me personally, I used to work out 5 to 6 days a week. Life changed, I don't do that no more. Now I work out 4 days a week, because now I'm doing podcasts, and now I'm filming videos, and now, I'm trying to have a family life. So it's like I don't work out 5 to 6 days a week. I adjust my schedule to still meet the needs and to still sustain the gains, if you will. But it's like I don't think people are honest with themselves, and they still try to carry the same load without adjusting to the season. I always tell my clients the same thing. Right now, it's about to go into springtime. You don't dress the same in the springtime as you do in the wintertime. You adjust to the season. You adjust to things in life, same way.
That's a good one.
And then my last one kind of goes hand in hand with Bryant's. It's just planning and organizing. So I have some clients, what I do is I'll send them my food menu. So I personally get into their shoes and like, hey, this is what I had during this whole week for dinner. I send it to them in an email, so that way now they get ideas. Like, oh, this is what Tomas eats. I don't just have to eat chicken and rice. I don't just have to eat ground beef and a vegetable. Like, oh, he's actually eating different foods, and my clients love it. I get great feedback like, man, I never thought to have this or that, or I share with them recipes. So it's like planning and organizing, if I can help them to be better, I feel like will help take off the stress, kind of like how you guys already said. Brian, you said the planning. Here you go. Here's what I had. You can feed off of it. Here's my macros and all that stuff that goes with this meal. Make it fit yours, right, Tommy? Make it fit yours. Bam. Yep. Here you go. And I feel like it helps release people's stress. Like you said, Tommy, it's kind of like the what did you say? Like not having to keep track, not having to count. It's like, all right, bam, here's what I'm having, and it's clean. I'm obviously not sending them like bad pizzas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I
sorry,
remember,
go ahead.
Over the summer when I had you training me, you were in charge of my muscle gain program that I was with, and I don't know if you remember, but those few weeks, I was having trouble making progress, and I'm like, I'm on it. And you brought up the stress factor, and I never would have thought of it. I was still, like you said, trying to combat and live with the same schedule when I needed to adjust, and I didn't know that I needed to adjust. And when you brought that to my attention, and I did, remember the results took off. That's when we started seeing nice pictures, things like that. So that's really a good one to bring up. That's the stress.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge, man. It's crazy because that's part of the business. Free Me Fitness is, like I said, physically, mentally healthy, and it's kind of crazy because that's why I started really doing it. Really, because I went through it myself. Like I always been a person that like overthinks. You know what I'm saying? Worry about stuff I shouldn't worry about, right? So then you stress yourself out, and that really hit me hard after college. Like I didn't find a job. Like I was working, all these gyms. You know how they don't really look out for you sometimes. Depending where you work at. So I'm just like, man, I'm not making enough money. You know what I'm saying? I went to school all the time, so it's like I was hard on myself. And honestly, I put on I was like 230. This was 2015. I was like 230 pounds. I'm 185.
Brian, can I cut you off for a second? You was 230 pounds?
Yeah, man. I got a picture, man. It's on
I would have never guessed. You should have used that in your Two Truths and a Lie.
I know. I was 230, man. I had a big stomach, everything, bro. I got a before and after on my Instagram and Facebook. So that's what really that's why I went hard. Like I went to school for it, and I was like, man, I was like out of shape. And I was working at I think LA Fitness at the time, and I was like, I had a free membership, so I was like, I gotta get this off of me. You feel me? And it was like I was stressed though, and I was working out, but I wasn't losing weight. But it was like the emotional stress was, like you said, that cortisol. People don't even think about that, man. So it's like I was stressed out. That cortisol was making that belly, and that stuff sits in your gut, man. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, that undigested food, it rots, it ferments, and that's why people get those bellies and stuff like that, because that's undigested food. So that's what made me start, looking more at nutrition. I figured out, like, oh man, so that's why I specialize in like gut health, because I was able to obviously lose the weight, find out what different herbs would help to detox you, and then really getting your mind right, outside of working out, that relieves stress, but just meditating and just learning how to get control of your thoughts, man, that's really a big thing.
For sure. I think the most overlooked principle is walking. I think everybody wants to run to the gym and do 20 different exercises and bench as hard as they can and squat as hard as they can, but I feel like the most easiest and convenient way is just to go for a walk. Like how you said, Brian, just be outside, just be active and get some vitamin D in the process. I think that's highly overlooked.
It is for sure.
So, any other feedback? No?
I think I'm good, man. It's that you hit it on the nose. That stress, man, that's a big factor.
Sure.
Seriously. I mean, that's what we do in the gym, right? We're putting stress on our muscles. Now we need to put an adaptation. Without an adaptation, you don't grow. So, for sure. Definitely appreciate you guys. Any last minute comments about anything?
What y'all think about online?
Think about what?
Online training.
Online coaching?
Y'all stepped into it. It's tough. Right? You got to find the right people.
Like I told you, Brian, I feel like you're in a farther step with that than me. I've dabbled in it, obviously, a little bit with like Tommy and like various clients. I do have online clients too, but it's like I feel like you're far more advanced in that region than I am. I just think it's hard because for me, this is just me, is I like to be more personal, and I haven't really found a system for me to be more personal with online people. And as far as I know, most people like having the encounter, the interaction. They know that, hey, I can't do this on my own, so you can send me the workout plan, but chances of me actually doing it is slim to none, which is why I'm reaching out to you in the first place. Yeah. So that's what makes it hard for me.
It's tough. Yeah, it's a struggle, man. You got to have a really good system and finding the right people though to do it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I do have some great online clients, so shout out to them. But like, as far as like, do I think I could ever like fully take my business and go that way? Maybe by the grace of God, but I don't know about like seriously like doing that.
Yeah, no, it's just, I was just curious because it takes a certain type of training style. It's like you got to be into it. Like you really got to be into it, and in person is way more easier, you know what I'm saying, to find people that's willing to do it,
Oh yeah, for sure. It's possible though. It's possible.
I
know we could do it. If I had to, I think I could do it. Sorry, go ahead, Tommy.
Oh, I'm still brand new in the game. I'm 7 months deep.
Yeah, okay.
That's crazy, bro.
But when you said last minute comment, the only thing I could think of I want to comment on is being grateful, man. I'm not gonna lie. Being a coach, I see the struggle now that you go through, Tomas. Like,
oh yeah,
it's. You guys ever heard of Jim Rohn?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of his philosophies that I really like, I'm gonna bring up, is about he has a philosophy about thriving the 4 seasons of life and how when they present themselves. Spring is opportunity, summer is where you have to protect your seeds that you plant. Come harvest time, fall, you got to reap what you sow and get ready for the winters with whatever you got. It's applicable everywhere, and the way that he teaches it is kind of, I'm going to try to explain it the best that I can. There's something in our culture, it's called the medicine wheel, and the medicine wheel is not a teaching, I guess. It's a teaching tool. There's just many ways to teach with our medicine wheel, and the way that he applies the 4 season philosophy. There's 4 colors on our wheel. I don't know. It hit me really hard. It hit me home because I was able to visualize it because of, growing up with, in my culture, the teachings that I've received. Anyway, it's called protecting your crops all summer long.
Okay.
And what he said to me, and it hit the nail on the head for me, because with becoming a new coach and the hours that I work, and at a boot camp. So, we're high energy all day, and my clients, because if it wasn't for them, it'd be so hard to be able to stay like that throughout all day. But they match that energy. They're there. Every one of my clients that come to my head, I can't think of any of them that are not committed, that are not in it. So but the struggles, the hours, the checking up on things, and when you first get into coaching, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but I was fading away from my own stuff because I was focused on everybody else. I finally read that thing about Jim Rohn, and all these struggles come. This is what you want. This is who you are. This is what you want to do. You got to this island and you decided to burn the boats. You got to make it work. And
that's good.
So surviving, protecting your crop all summer long. When you plant your seeds of opportunity, the next thing that comes is difficult. You plant your seed, it don't grow. You got to protect it from the weeds. And the weeds are going to come attack it all summer. And you've got to be able to take care of it so you can make the harvest and enjoy the fruits of your life. And that, it clicked for me, and it just made all the problems. It made it seem like I'm thankful for my challenge, because if I wasn't a coach, I wouldn't have these challenges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful that my problems are the problems that I want to be. That's all I got.
Nice. Bro, just to kind of piggyback off that, and then Brian, I'll have you share like any social media that people can find you at. Is that Geno Smith, NFL quarterback, old considered in the NFL, became a starter 2 years ago, but been in the league for like 10, 12 years. I like his quote. He said, "My struggles is somebody else's dreams." And it's like, man, that was real, because I asked him why did he never quit. He's been in the league at this point for 10 years, but never been a starting quarterback. Why didn't you just quit? And he said, "My struggles is someone else's dreams."
That's big.
I was like, man, that was deep right there. So it gave me a lot of respect. Shout out to Geno Smith. Maybe he'll see this one day.
Yeah. That's dope.
All right. So Brian, where can people find you at, man? What's your social medias and anything else you want to share?
Yeah, man. No, it was great, man. I appreciate you having me. But man, y'all, this is great. I really appreciate it, man. It's just one thing I have to leave on is like, man, we got to do more stuff like this. A lot of coaches are like individuals, you know what I'm saying? But when you come together as a team, it's super powerful. You know what I'm saying? You can put your mind together and come up with
this. The coach's corner, man.
So this right
That's
here.
That's what we call it, the coach's corner. I'm planning on doing this every month, at least once a month.
Yeah, it's a start of something good.
Yeah, like I told you guys, next month's going to be talking about nutrition. So, Bryant, we're going to be needing you because you do more like the holistic side. So, hey, man, bring whatever you got for us. So
I'm going to take notes, Brian. I'm going to have my notebook ready.
It's deep, man. I get deep, bro. I get deep. But yeah, you will see like on my social media, as I am _ B as in boy .fitness1. Y'all can remember that.
Okay.
So B fitness right there, but it's I am. So IAM _ B .fitness1. That's my Instagram and that's my TikTok.
Okay.
Facebook, you can just find Bryant BRYANT Robinson. So that's just my real name on Facebook. But those are 3 social media platforms I'm on.
For sure.
And, yeah, my website is Free Me Fitness. So that's the business.
Okay.
So freemefitness.com.
Perfect. Thank you, Brian. Tommy P, what about you, bro?
My Instagram and TikTok are the same. It is must be _ Tommy P. Just spelled out, must be _ Tommy P. That's TikTok and Instagram. And my coaching page for Facebook is Tom. It's TOM FBBC. Stands for
Tom FBBC. Your body boot camp.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you guys. So I don't have all these social medias. I just got Facebook. You guys can find me on Facebook at Positive Gains Training, or if you got the shorter version, just PG Training 19. Find me on Google, Positive Gains Training in Allen Park, Michigan. And that's pretty much it. YouTube, I obviously got the YouTube channel, Positive Gains Training. Okay. And that's it. So thank you guys for coming on here. Again, I'm trying to have you guys come on here every single month. Next, like I said, March, we're going to be talking more about nutrition. I haven't really gotten to the specifics of like what I'm going to be talking about. Obviously, just the basics. But when I find out more information, I have all that done, I'll send it to you guys and look forward to having you guys come back on here.
For sure.
Man.
All right, gentlemen, have a good rest of your day. Again, I appreciate you guys. And
See you,
look forward to
fellas.
doing this again.
All right. Take care.
All right. See you, Brian. See you, Tommy.
See you.
All right. Yeah.